Jim, what have you heard about Steve as far as his health, and what were your experiences like around Mongo?
Yeah, well, he was a Bischoff guy, so I didn't know him at all.
Ah,
Him and Deborah. Yeah, I knew had very little interaction with him. Just an observation, though, I must say, him and Deborah McMichaels were together for many years as he played in the NFL.
mm-hmm.
They were in wrestling. What 3 years they got a divorce? They're like, whoa, welcome to the business, brother. Where's your wife?
It does tell you something, right?
Yeah, I mean, God bless him. I know he's going through some horrible, hard times and has for many years. It's great to see the NFL honor him with that bust. They just
Yes,
presented him in the Hall of Fame.
well
Uh,
deserved.
Obviously, a huge football player. I didn't know him as a football player neither. At that point, I was in wrestling all the time. But yeah, just that observation of him and Deborah. They didn't last long in the business, which is hard. Yes, a lot of folks don't realize high drug and alcoholism rate, high divorce rate, high death rate. It's a tough business because a lot of guys have the physical attributes. A lot of guys have the attributes to talk on the microphone, but then they might not be able to handle the road. I mean, it's a unique combination of what it takes to be a WWE or AEW superstar.
That's for sure. And Jim, one of the things that we hear as fans all the time is I've heard a lot of guys, people who listen to my podcast have heard me talk about it before. That back in the day, wrestling was compared to a pirate ship, and the last thing you want to do is bring your wife on the pirate ship. That's why everybody says keep your wife away from the business. And so, like Steve and Deborah apparently learned that lesson maybe the hard way, as did many other folks. But you were never
Watch and
afraid.
live. Macho
Yeah,
and live.
you were never
But
afraid to
I
bring
got to
your
tell
wife
you,
around.
Deborah and I, we've been bucking the system for a while. She comes to the matches with me. She's been taking care of me on the road for quite a while. So we bucked it a little bit. But in general, yeah, don't bring your wife around the business.
But
You know.
you were never concerned about it. And what made the difference for you and Deborah? Would you
Well,
say?
I never worried about being around the pretty boys, Shawn Michaels or Rick Martel. I wouldn't worry about, you know, Doc Steve Williams, big burly guy. Hey, like, honey, come here. I know her type. Flirt with all the pretty boys you want. Are you kidding? Steve Williams, I'm like, yeah, Gordy, get over here. No, we have a unique relationship, and yeah, that never really. I travel with her more than the boys.
I
To
think
this
that
day,
the
I
other
mean, we travel as you see every weekend. We're on the road somewhere, having another adventure. Deborah and I have a great relationship.
the other reason that a lot of the boys that I've heard didn't want to have their wives around the business was because of their girlfriends that were on the road, and that was not an issue for you. So I'm sure that contributed as well.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? A shot, brother?
No, I'm saying you were faithful.
No, no. I mean, yeah, no, a lot of guys, yeah, we're different. Everybody's an individual, but there's other guys, Tito Santana, Jerry Sag's been with his wife for a long. Eric Bischoff and his wife been together for quite a while. I mean, everybody, as we talked before, everybody talks about the dark side of the ring. Today, there's the right side of the ring. I've been with Deborah for 40 years. I never had to go to rehab for booze or drugs. I put two daughters through college. Said no felony arrest, couple misdemeanors, but it was the 80s.
You guys are survivors. It's awesome, and yeah, it's you can kind of count on one hand the people that were able to live that experience. So pretty awesome stuff, Jim.
Yeah,
We'll do a
yeah.
couple more. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just say it's been a great ride. That's why I do these shows, and people are like, "How about that? How about that Vince McMahon? That son." Because I worked for WCW Mid-South. I worked for everybody. But all 99, 98% of the folks I talk to when I sign an autograph and talk to them, they talking about WWF, the golden age. And so I say, how can I talk? Could Vince have treated us better? Of course, he could have treated us a whole lot better. Is he an admirable man? No, not at all. I wouldn't want him as a friend. But at 70 years old, I travel the world signing autographs and taking pictures with people because of what he did. So I don't hate Vince McMahon.
No, how could you? Love him or hate him, presented a lot of people with opportunities and made a lot
That
of
was your
guys money.
boss. He's not your friend,
Right, right.
He's your boss.